Okay. It says Kearsarge. It was an LHD. Well, it is an LHD. But it was named after a mountain in New Hampshire, oddly enough. And we took over 2,000 Marines in 2003 for the surge. Being a veteran and being a single parent at the same time is pretty challenging. I have somebody to watch my youngest son while I go because this VA doesn't have drop-in care. They've just started that at some other VAs. And I took my children to the VA like 2 weeks ago to refill some prescriptions, and I'm like, the only kids in here, and I'm like, are people wondering what's going on, and I'm just like, I think it's important for them to understand, what it's like, and, so whenever I volunteer, if it's feasible for them, I usually take them to volunteer. Joseph's actually been volunteering he painted at the Betsy and Ross House of Hope. Flown over the Capitol on my oldest son's 3rd birthday because I was in the Gulf. I missed his birthday. So, won't be a snow. When I was in the military, I never had to worry about being able to provide for my children, whether it be clothing, housing, food. Even if something would have happened and I wouldn't have been able to pay rent with my housing allowance, and at one time I did just say I need military housing, and I was in military housing within 24 hours. So there's that sense of security all the time. I never expected to lose everything all at once. Well, so I met a lot of veterans by serving on the board for the Betsy and Ross House of Hope, because Martha has reached out to a lot of veterans for help and expertise, I guess, as far as what we're experiencing, which is great because she's learned a lot through that. So I met my landlord because I served with him on the board for the Betsy and Ross House of Hope, and he's a Vietnam veteran. And then Martha has actually referred me to the lady who has my cats, who she's like, oh, she's an Air Force veteran, she's great, and I gave her a call, and she's had my cats since probably the end of January. Just think about it until then, but as you can see from my veteran connections, it's community. I didn't even realize that you mentioned that. I mean, I know that they're veterans, but and that's how it is when you're in the military. Oh, you know what? I can't buy these. Those.